MGM called Judy Garland a pig in pigtails to force her starvation. The cinematic image of Judy Garland as Dorothy Gale, skipping down the yellow brick road, is etched into the collective memory of the world. It is a vision of innocence, joy, and boundless childhood wonder, a performance so iconic it transcends generations. Yet, beneath that shimmering facade of Technicolor magic lies a story rarely told, a stark testament to the true, devastating cost of manufactured stardom. This isn't merely the tale of a troubled star, it is an unvarnished examination of the brutal alchemy by which a powerful industry consumed its most precious assets, leaving behind a legacy of pain that still echoes today. The true architects of Judy Garland's suffering were not some shadowy cabal, but the very titans of the golden age of Hollywood, operating under a system of total control that would be unthinkable today. Louis B. Mayer, the tyrannical head of MGM, saw not a burgeoning talent, but a commodity to be molded, a voice to be exploited, and an image to be rigidly defined. He decreed that Judy, still a teenager, was a pig in pigtails, a damning pronouncement that sealed her fate and set in motion a relentless campaign against her natural physicality. This wasn't about health, it was about an aesthetic ideal, a manufactured innocence that demanded a child's figure even as her body matured, and to achieve it, Meyer's studio enforced a regime of starvation and chemical dependency that would haunt her for the rest of her life. Every day, Judy was given a steady stream of amphetamines to appetite and keep her energetic through grueling 72-hour work weeks, followed by barbiturates to force her to sleep. Her meals were meticulously monitored, chicken soup, black coffee, and 80 cigarettes a day were her prescribed diet, a cruel mockery of nourishment designed to keep her perpetually underweight and childlike. The studio even assigned a personal minder, a woman named LJ, whose primary role was to ensure Garland stuck to this torturous regimen, effectively transforming her into a prisoner of her own burgeoning fame. But even with such meticulous control, the studio soon discovered that the body, starved and stimulated, began to rebel in ways they could not foresee, revealing a fundamental flaw in their grand design. The evidence of this systemic abuse is not anecdotal, it is woven into the very fabric of her professional life, an open secret whispered behind studio gates. During the filming of The Wizard of Oz, a production that demanded near impossible hours and emotional intensity from its young star, Judy was frequently on the verge of collapse. Her co-star, Ray Bolger, the Scarecrow, recounted how Judy would often be found crying in her dressing room, overwhelmed by the relentless pressure and the constant, gnawing hunger. The studio's answer was always more pills, more pep to get her through the next take, more sleep to make her forget the last, creating a vicious cycle that quickly escalated into full-blown addiction. This wasn't an isolated incident, it became her daily reality, a grim ritual enforced by the very people who claimed to be building her career. Her weight was checked multiple times a day, her food portion scrutinized, and any deviation met with harsh reprimands, fostering a deep-seated body dysmorphia that she carried for decades. The public saw Dorothy, the innocent girl from Kansas, but behind the scenes, Judy Garland was a starving, pill-addicted teenager, her emotional and physical health systematically dismantled for the sake of an image. And yet, despite the crushing weight of this regimen, the studio continued to push her, oblivious to the profound irony that their relentless pursuit of perfection was simultaneously destroying the very talent they sought to preserve. What almost nobody fully grasps is the profound, almost biblical irony of this situation, the very attributes that made Judy Garland a global phenomenon, her raw emotional vulnerability, her extraordinary vocal range, her ability to convey deep feeling, were inextricably linked to the intense suffering inflicted upon her. The studio believed they were sculpting a star, but they were, in fact, creating a pressure cooker, where every ounce of pain was inadvertently channeled into the searing performances that captivated millions. Her heartbreaking renditions of Over the Rainbow or The Man That Got Away were not merely acts, they were echoes of a soul in turmoil, a voice forged in the crucible of Hollywood's relentless demands. The pig in pigtails comment, intended as a cutting insult, ultimately became a morbid prophecy, not of her physical appearance, but of the industry's ravenous consumption of her spirit, leaving us to wonder if such brilliance can ever truly exist without a matching shadow of profound sacrifice. The story of Judy Garland forces us to confront the true price of manufactured innocence, and the insidious ways power can warp even the purest talent. Does the genius of her performances justify the suffering she endured, or does it simply expose the darkest corners of an industry's ambition?